Hello, dear ones. It's so good to be with you today. And I'm thinking about that line in the Embracing Meditation where we say we stand with parents, teachers, and all those whose primary spiritual practice is caring for children. I'm sharing that particular line today because it is and has been a very important and integral part of my spiritual practice, is caring for children that were not my own, and then in turn, caring for our children, raising our children. One of the greatest challenges in parenting for me was how to come up with creative but inexpensive birthday ideas. And Hannah her birthday was on Labor Day weekend, often, September 2nd. And so it was almost always warm, and we were kind of racking our brain on what we would do for her birthday the year that she was 10. And we decided her sister had just come home from camp where they had had a messy Olympics. And so we sent out the invitations and said, please bring 2 sets of clothes to this birthday party. One that if it gets ruined, you don't mind if you don't ever see it again. So, and we wouldn't tell them why, but just please bring clothes that you could ruin and a nice set of clothes to change into. So they came and we introduced them to this concept of the messy Olympics, and we started with eating mashed potatoes without our hands. So you had to lean over a bowl and eat mashed potatoes. And then we painted ourselves from head to toe. And then we had a pudding fight, a chocolate and pistachio pudding fight. And then for the final act, we played Crisco Twister. I don't know if you remember the game of Twister, but we played Crisco Twister. And by the end of the party, most of the girls were covered in painted Crisco. They got totally into it. But why I'm telling you this story is one of the interesting things about this party was there was a clear division between the church friends and the school friends. The school friends were much more hesitant to get messy. They were much more reserved, even though they weren't in different circumstances. The church kids got messy with absolute abandon. They just were thrilled to get messy, and they covered themselves with paint and Crisco, and then they did hairstyles with Crisco. And of course, what kind of prizes and favors do you give at a party like this? We said, well, the prizes are which team gets the first showers. And everyone was thrilled with that as a favor, and they got to change into their nice clothes. But it was so interesting to watch these Unitarian Universalist children really relish the messiness. And this is why I'm telling you this story, because I hope in this time of transition that you find yourselves ways that you can be comfortable with uncertainty, with new ways of doing things, with things that may feel a little messy, but are actually full of surprises and delight. And that is what I hope for you. You don't need to cover yourself with Crisco. You don't need to paint yourself with wild colors, but allow yourself to live in that spiritual ambiguity of not knowing and living in to a new future. Thank you.